We have a pair of lefties going tonight. Wade Miley for the Cincinnati Reds and for the St. Louis Cardinals. It's KK, Ricky.
Yeah, we're learning more and more about just who KK is. Now, we know kind of the basics. We'll give you the tail of the tape on KK. We know he's 32 years old. We know he was a star in the KBO. But we found out this week that he desires to be an innings eater. He wants to go deep in games. We also found out that he eats very light the day before and the day of a start. And he also times his warm-up time, Dan, down to the second. So he's very, very meticulous.
Kwang Young Kim gave up one run. It was a solo homer to Ian Happ. Went 3 2/3, an eventual 3-1 loss. And that was against Chicago in his first ever start in Major League Baseball against the Cubs in Chicago at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, stuff was really good that particular game, but again, like all the Cardinal pitchers, he had a low pitch count by design because Kim, like everybody else, wasn't able to throw for 17 days, and I imagine he'll get stretched out a little further than that today. But Mike Schilt being very careful not to let his pitchers go too many pitches. You look around baseball at all of the injuries, and he does not want that to be a part of his club.
Idea would be probably roughly 75 pitches tonight for Kim.
I think that's about right. Throws hard.
3-2 up the middle, but there's the shift. Backhanded by the shortstop, Tommy Edman, for the out. It has been a pandemic experience like few in baseball for Kim. And the KBO comes to the United States, down in Jupiter, Florida, then to St. Louis, away from his family. Tough experience. Hit the other way, but there's Paul Goldschmidt for out number 2. Ground ball that's hit to short. Tommy Edman up with it. Makes the play in a 1-2-3 inning for KK.
Bader said this in his at-bat, small sample size, but he knows he's got to get going.
Into right, and there's Dylan Carlson. Jimmy, while we have you.
KK talking before this start about how he wanted to focus not so much on strikeouts. He learned that as he became the ace of his staff pitching in the KBO. Early on in his career, he was a strikeout guy. In fact, his second year, he was just 20 years old. He was the most valuable player in the league at the age of 20. And he wanted strikeout after strikeout. And he realized, as he was saying through his interpreter, that the ace of a team, when you go out to pitch, the bullpen should get to rest that day. Those were his words.
Carpenter across the diamond for the out. 5 up and 5 down. I like hearing that. Shift on the right side and a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. KK, don't forget it. Got to go back and get it. He forgot it again.
He did, didn't he?
6 up and 6 down.
Of a stride he has. He gets way out there, and I think the ball just gets on you in a hurry.
High fly ball into left. Tyler O'Neill under it to make the catch, and the first out here in the top of the 3rd.
Work to get the release point out front.
Galvis pops it up. Shallow right, Wong there. So is Carlson, and Dillon's got it. The right fielder tonight, 2 away.
Once they get going, watch out.
There's a base hit into left, and the first hit allowed by Kim. Clean single by Farmer with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd.
There's that long stride. Farmer was right on it. Actually pulled an outside pitch, but saw it well.
Votto could not pull the trigger. And a strikeout for Kim, and that's his 2nd of the night. Throws Joey Votto, and there's no score. Lined out to first and hits it sharply, but there is Wong with the backhand. Nice play. Into the shift.
Moving in and out, all the things pitchers want to do.
And there's Tommy Edman. 2 away. 56 pitches on the night. And a grounder hit to Carpenter. Across the diamond, and 1-2-3 go the Cincinnati Reds. We move to the bottom of the 4th. Cardinals on top.
How in the world?
Hit to Carpenter. And Goldschmidt stays on the bag for the out.
Gets in a negative spiral and has to figure out a way to have more composure.
Winker drives it in the gap in left center. There's Bader. Winker to second. He will stop there. Held to a double. May have been able to stretch it to 3, but stops at second, down by 2 here in the top of 5.
And he's running better than I thought he would, Winker. But he hit this ball right on the nose, and that was up a little bit out over the plate. Not as sharp as some of the pitches we've seen from Kim, and no chance for anybody to get to it on the fly.
Kim's first start, about 65% strikes with his fastball. That's slightly below the league average. And tonight it's above 80%, which then sets up everything else.
Fastball command.
3-1 line to Carpenter, and he gets it off the shoe tops. He got him a strikeout on the outside corner. So the Reds will strand a man. Kim is through 5. Called third strike, and it stays 2-0 St. Louis.
Cardinals, Kim back to work. And that pitch is grounded to the left side. The play made by Edman, the wide throw, not in time. And that's a leadoff hit for Kyle Farmer. That's his second hit of the game for Kim in this game.
And Votto hits a fly ball out to left. Catch made by O'Neill, and Farmer stays put at first base. 5 1/3, 3 hits. He's been efficient, worked quickly, and this is the guy the Cardinals expected when they signed him.
And we talked about pitch count with him at the beginning. It's at 77, but how many of those pitches have been under stress? Very few. I mean, I can't think of very many with guys in scoring position and deep counts. I mean, he's just been ahead of most hitters, has not had a lot of traffic on the bases, so that 77 is a free and easy 77. Not an easy job for them.
And a fly ball lifted to Bader with the catch, and there's 2 away. Well, you mentioned it earlier how Kim in the Zoom call with the media wanted to be an innings eater. Well, he's doing it tonight.
He sure is.
His final inning of work right here. Lined into right, Carlson sliding, and he makes the catch. Dylan Carlson, a fine play in right field.
Experience like to play the field behind KK when he's in a groove like that and pitching with that kind of pace?
Yeah, it is awesome. As an infielder, it really keeps you on your toes. You just love to see a pitcher who has that kind of pace. Just gets his sign, picks up, and goes. And I think that keeps the infield engaged really well, and it helps us play better defense just because we're locked in the entire time.
From your vantage point, what about Kim makes him so effective?
Kind of what Jeff was talking about. I mean, his pace is just unbelievable. He just comes right after hitters. Doesn't really mess around too much, and has got a bunch of different pitches that all play really well in the zone. And he just keeps guys off balance, especially, and everything moves a little bit more than you might expect it to.
Tommy, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I would imagine Kim is probably the only pitcher so far this season to have a save and also a game started. And he's been through some unique circumstances along with everybody. But what if you just made up his composure and how he's adapted here? Just also the fact that he's in a new country and doesn't speak the language and all those things too.
Yeah, he's been awesome. I mean, to have his first year over here in the United States and have this really weird year where obviously nothing is normal, and to be moving around in his role, to start as the closer and then be built back up to being a starter, and to keep throwing as well as he has, it's just incredible, and you got to tip your cap to him.
The speed at which KK operated today, not velocity-wise, but pace-wise.
Love it. I'm glad you brought it up. Both sides had Christmas to it. KK was good rhythm, got the ball, had an idea what he wanted to do, kept everybody engaged. One of the reasons I think we were clean, we're typically clean anyway, but that tends to help. He's got an idea what he's doing, got a good pace, got a good rhythm. It's a well-pitched baseball game with a good, nice, crisp pace to it.
The way he was able to manipulate the velocity now of his pitches, I mean, that's a guy who clearly has a lot of experience pitching. And what did you see as far as affecting the timing as well as the Reds? Yeah,
pitching's the disruption of hitters' timing. And that's essentially what it is. We talk about velocity fiends, and that's a big part of it. The gas that guys throw now, but being able to change speeds is important. It's disruption of timing. You get guys in between, and he's got the ability to do that righties and lefties and work both sides of the plate up and down. And, you know, it's just, he's a pitch maker. He knows it's the art of pitching.
Welcome to TAK.